Actually, you know, now that you mention it, jokes aside, this is the first game I can think of with, like, a trigger warning.
Really?
Well, like a content warning, I guess. Back then, it wasn't like a trigger warning. It was just, like, telling you, hey, listen...
There's disturbing stuff.
There's going to be some pretty crazy stuff in this. It's a horror game.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really remember many other games that did that.
What are you doing?
I was looking at some of this stuff really quick to see if there was a point to any of that. But, alright, so Jill's playing. I already said that, but hopefully this doesn't cut out again, because every time it does, I have to resync the video footage.
Boop, boop. We're gonna leave this room now, right?
Yes.
Okay, we've opened the door.
And if you want to, there is a map. You press, I think, triangle to bring up the map just on its own.
This is scary sounding.
And it'll show you where you're going. I am going to turn it up a tiny bit, because for me it's very quiet.
It's very dark in here. There's some pink lockers. I wish my school had pink lockers.
Are they pink or are they beige?
They look pink to me.
Okay. Does it bother you when people get colors wrong?
Not really, because I get colors wrong.
I get them wrong all the time. Hold square and you'll run, but you don't really need to do that too often indoors unless there's people.
That makes sense.
Or things.
So that's how we run, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm still getting used to how to walk around mostly.
That's totally fine. I would say you just probably don't want to go outside.
Is this the exit, you think?
You'd have to check the map, I don't know. This is the courtyard. Oh. It looks like that's a way across. I would wait on that.
Yeah, me too.
Personally.
I wanted to check out the insides of this place first.
My allergies are killing me. I do know there is something behind the desk over there.
Oh, so you know everything about this game because you're a nerd.
There's also something on the desk right there. Nice walking.
Thank you. More Ronaldo, Gordon. This must be the list of teachers.
Yeah. I was going to tell you, by the way, and this is, I guess, for everyone, I think it'll be easier for us to record Silent Hill 2 on, because believe it or not, even though they're not available on modern platforms, it's written in blood. Alchemy Laboratory, 10 o'clock, gold in an old man's palm, the future hidden in his fist, exchange for Sage's water. So I think this is a, can you leave that up for a second?
Oh, yeah.
I think this is a puzzle, if I remember right. Because I can take a picture of it so that I actually remember.
Oh, gold in an old man's palm, the future hidden in his fist, exchange for Sage's water. I imagine Sage's water would be like holy water?
Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I was going to tell you that even though Silent Hill 2 and 3 and 4 are not available on modern consoles very easily, we'll probably end up playing them on the computer. I have the discs of them.
That sounds fun.
It's written in blood. 12 o'clock, a place with songs and sound. A silver guidepost is untapped in lost tongues, awakening at the ordained order. Well, a place with songs and sound is probably the clock tower, right?
Possibly.
Weird. Oh, there's a third one. Did you read all three?
Not yet. Getting there.
Okay.
This one is 5 o'clock.
Darkness that brings the choking heat. Flames render the silence, awakening the hungry beast, open time's door to beckon prey.
Interesting. See, it doesn't say you PM or AM, so we have no idea if 5 o'clock came before the first one or after the first one.
Yeah, we might have to wait 12 hours. Is that something on the desk there, by the way? That little brown thing that looks like pudding? It looks like somebody took a poop on there.
Actually, my character wasn't able to find the bathroom, and he was like, this desk looks like poopy.
That's stupid, because look at this. He has a map, and it shows the male and female bathrooms. Wait a minute.
He's never been able to read.
Maybe our character is like the most progressive individual ever, and he's upset the bathrooms are gendered, so he refused to use them.
That makes sense, of course. He's very,
Oh, look at that.
Oh. That sucks.
There's a lot of weird imagery in this town. A picture of a door.
I wouldn't have that in a school.
I don't know who drew it, but it's certainly in bad taste.
I agree. It is in bad taste, isn't it, sir?
I feel really bad for Harry. He's just a normal guy.
Who just wants to find his kid who went missing.
And by the way, unlike a lot of people who end up in Silent Hill, Harry didn't do anything wrong.
That's true.
There's some handgun bullets, yeah. Yeah, like, he's just a guy here trying to find his kid.
Like, we don't find out about anything he did wrong, like murdering Dirtbike Donnie or anything?
No, seriously. No, he didn't murder Dirtbike Donnie. That was Freak. Freak is going to be probably the main character of the reboot.
I was just seeing if I could walk past that. Like, they don't let you walk past the couch for some reason, so I have to go around it.
Yeah,
Oh,
if you
sorry.
can even get over there. Oh yeah, there's... We'll see if any of this is anything. It's probably not.
None of the paintings are. That's a heater. That
Um,
painting is not anything.
so what you said about Resident Evil and this game's similarities, by the way, I agree, but to me, this game is infinitely more creepy.
I agree with that. I agree. Because you're not playing as, like, Jill or, Chris, who, like, actually know how to fight and are part of the military.
Right, you're not a soldier, and also the threats that you're going up against are more psychological and spiritual.
Oh, door to that hallway is, locked.
So here's what I mean. Of course it's scary, like, Resident Evil. Like, there's things that are really creepy in it. But if you think about it, what's more scary? A corporeal, like, physical thing that you know you can kill? Or these, like, psychological monsters that you don't even know if they're real, really? You know?
I guess that makes sense. Sorry, I'm, like, running like I'm drunk right now because I can't...
Just walk and then press X.
I was having a hard time.
That's okay. And it's alright to not be great at the game. This game has terrible controls.
The tank controls are really bad.
I mean, in terms of, like, holding up to what games do now, they're not good.
So, this is the only door we can go in at the moment, it seems like.
Interesting.
I don't know if I tried the courtyard door, actually, but we're going in this one.
So I did want to read some game trivia for you off game FAQs. This is some stuff I actually knew, and some of it I don't. So I'm not going to pretend I'm an expert. I'll tell you if I already knew this stuff.
Okay.
But this is something that I did know that I think is interesting, which is that the fog throughout the town is actually used as a mask to hide the map loading as you walk around the town.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this game had issues running in terms of its map, and by map I don't mean the one you pull up, I mean just where we are. So, like, the world. It had issues loading different things. I think that's the exit, isn't it?
Is it?
Check the map. Pretty sure that's the exit to the town. Yeah, we don't want to go out there.
Sorry.
Maybe we should go to the courtyard.
I'll try
as
my
scary as it is. But in terms of the town, it had issues loading different areas. So, like, where you just clicked on that door and we loaded into a new area, the town has to do that too. Jill, you are being a silly person.
How am I being a silly person?
Turn around.
Well, I didn't know. I didn't know if this was the door that I just came in or not.
No.
Don't be mean to me.
In terms of that, it's kind of like Fallout or Skyrim when you go and all of a sudden there's like a micro pause because it's loading the world. Hold square to run, by the way. There are enemies here.
Ah!
He's grabbing your dick. Hey,
I don't know how to.
That's my dick.
Ah!
Don't touch my penis.
Okay.
I know my Fourth Amendment rights. I don't want a man touching my
I
penis.
didn't like that penis touching. Right
Sorry.
there.
I was Ezra Millering for a second. Okay.
He's coming towards me. Can you take the...
What? What? No, you play.
I don't want to play.
I don't want you to play.
It's scary.
You don't want to play?
No, it's scary. You do the fighting.
Okay.
I'm still learning.
You were the one asking to play.
It was scary.
What, do you want me to kill them?
Yeah.
I can try. I don't even remember if you can kill these. Also,
what are these things? Why are they like children with knives? Like they're
Hey,
like
he put it in my butthole. Hey.
He did put his knife in your butthole. They're like deformed potatoes. It's like that one Archie movie.
I don't know how to...
Oh. Is he gonna stay down? I think he killed him.
He still seems alive.
No, he's bleeding, see? That's a telltale sign.
Oh! Is he dead?
I don't know. I can't tell. He might get back up. No, he's bleeding.
So do you also hear this stuff? The noise in the background? They used machinery-type noises to make it creepier.
Oh, really?
Like from factory-type settings.
Oh. Why?
Because it's like this primal fear of I don't know how to explain it, but like these things you can't understand, like big machines and not Big Machine Records. That's also scary, but only if you make music. No, but like actual big machines that basically are loud and inhuman. and scary and creepy.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what they used to make a lot of these background noises.
That's where we came from.
It's even bigger in Silent Hill 3.
Can I check out the place now? Now that the scary's gone?
A golden sun.
A golden sun?
Well, I'm pretty sure there's going to be enemies everywhere here, but
really?
you could certainly try. Try going in there. Oh,
wait a minute. I want to look at this.
So what is this?
A silver moon.
I'm surprised, like, the Harry you're playing as doesn't just, like, shit in those holes, since he did on the desk.
Well, he doesn't know if these are shittable yet.
That makes sense. The tower door is locked, so we gotta put those two things in there.
The hands are stopped at 10.
Well, we already read a thing about 10 o'clock with the alchemy.
Yeah, and it was, like, Sage's hand, like, poo-poo on it, and then you, like, reach under the stall.
Okay, well, this Harry is, like, way too obsessed with that kind of stuff, but the real canon Harry wouldn't be talking about such disgusting things.
Ooh, what's this? Is this
that is a drain.
Harry's gonna poop here.
Okay, well. Right in the drain. He has no class. So, also, one thing that's interesting about this game, I'm going to read more of the trivia. Artist and character designer Takayoshi Sato created and rendered all the CGI movies in the game by himself using 150 Unix-based computers after his coworkers left work for the day.
Jeez.
He did this because Konami higher-ups refused to give him credit for his work otherwise, as Sato was a fairly new employee and did not have the respect within the company that older employees had. So the dude literally had to stay overnight and basically render... Do you not really want to play this?
I'm having a hard time here. Okay, so you want to go through the courtyard.
Yeah. So one thing I was going to tell you is that... Well, did you actually hear what I said? Because you were in the middle of fighting and seemed very upset.
You were talking about the machinery, right?
No, I talked about that already, but did you hear the thing I said about Takayoshi Sato?
Oh, yeah. About how he, like, made all the cutscenes himself because he wanted the credit for it.
He stayed up all night. Like, he slept at the game development place.
My goodness.
Okay. This is going to be a problem. We actually do kind of need to take care of some of these because...
They are annoying? Annoying children that we hate. They remind me of, like, Dead Space stuff.
Well, and I don't like having to waste our ammo on stuff, really.
Mm-hmm. But I think these guys are needed because they're so quick.
Yeah, and they get in your way here.
Yeah.
If you leave them, they will keep bothering you every time you go through here.
Mm.
And I don't really remember how much we have to go through here. I do remember the school is a significant stop in the game. Like, it's not super short.
Did they give that guy credit for, like, staying up all night and making his special cutscenes?
Yeah, they did, finally.
Good. Because they didn't give him credit for when he did other stuff on video games.
Well, they didn't want to give him credit because he was so young and new. Kind of like how an intern is treated.
Oh,
but
that's not nice.
Could you maybe stop with the hair ASMR, by the way? What's going on over there?
What hair ASMR?
Well, like, we've got, like, the loudest hair brushing happening of all time here, and it's, like, actually kind of creeping me out because I'm trying to play and I keep hearing things to my right.
Okay, well, I'll be
Wait, hey, Ben Shapiro.
Friend in need.
I've got to be honest. The liberals have made Silent Hill completely impossible to live in. They have ruined it completely. There's no jobs in Silent Hill. Everybody is afraid of all these monsters, okay? And second off, look at what they're doing to sports. How can you have monsters on sports teams? It's insanity. Like, how are normal people supposed to compete?
Not only that, but all of the gendered bathrooms are causing the liberals to take shits on desks.
It's ridiculous. How come you can't just use a gendered bathroom, like we did, all the way when I was in school? What's something else you'd say?
Ben Shapiro is being very based right now.
It's absolutely ridiculous that Joe Biden would waste his time visiting Midwest Elementary School. Is it Midwich or Midwest? I think it's Midwich.
What? Midwich?
This school. We're in Midwich Elementary.
Oh, yeah, Midwich.
Ridiculous that Joe Biden would spend his time visiting Midwich Elementary when there's no students, no lights, no electricity, and just a ridiculous amount of monsters.
He should have gone and made me a sandwich instead.
What? I don't even know how to address that joke.
Get it? Like Midwich sandwich?
Oh, I thought you were saying Joe Biden's a woman.
No.
Maybe that was sexist of me.
It was sexist of you. I was just making a witch joke.
Oh, we unlocked this.
Wow!
Okay, so...
That was epic.
I'm actually going to save. Because we opened that up. And I don't want to deal with this again.
I understand completely. You know what? Ben Shapiro would be proud of you that you're the only sane person in this world going to save. And actually trying to clear out these horrible monsters from his town, Silent Hill.
Silent Till?
Silent Hill.
How do I always... Oh, that's it. It's circle. I was going to say, how do I turn off the flashlight on accident every time?
Do you need me to move over? Are you able to see the screen enough?
I can see the screen. Yeah, I can move over. I didn't want to like be so much louder than you in the audio that it was like distracting for people or they couldn't hear you or something.
Oh my goodness.
Whoops.
And now you're dropping things.
I am.
Have you noticed that in every Let's Play we do, you drop your phone?
Oh, do I actually?
Yeah. Earlier today when we were with Nate, you dropped your phone too.
That's actually kind of funny. I didn't notice it, but now I do, so thanks for drawing attention.
Making you uncomfortable?
Yeah.
Good.
Well, the problem is that I use my phone during the Let's Plays to actually talk about stuff. Oh, yeah, I was going to tell you, by the way, many of the streets in Old Silent Hill are named after various sci-fi horror writers, such as Matheson Street after Richard Matheson, Bradbury Street after Ray Bradbury. Ray Bradbury's the Sound of Thunder guy, by the way.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, and Bachman Road after Richard Bachman, which was one of Stephen King's aliases.
Oh, that's interesting.
The Sound of Thunder is like a short horror story.
Oh, I've never read it. Hey, there's something on that bench right there. I think it's handgun ammo. Nope.
That's neat, but there's... Oh, jeez!
Oh! What is that thing? Why is it like a ghost baby? Is that like Peter Pan's shadow? He lost it again or something?
I don't know. It literally terrified me. So that's why I was really upset. I don't like when you scream, though, and make the thing red and then complain when I do it.
Shuri, I try not to make it too red. I was just trying to be interesting for the Let's Play.
You are being interesting. You're always interesting.
Really?
What's this? Nothing?
That's a poster to your mom's house.
Okay, well, we don't need to talk about that.
I do want to talk about it.
Your mom's the one who's constantly soliciting visits from men.
Now. No need to be mean.
Your mom tricked your dad into being the cameraman at his own wedding, but a cameraman for an adult video happening behind stage.
Probably, but jeez.
This is locked. You know what's weird? I'm the opposite of this. Like, so in school, I had we can go to the bathrooms. Let's go that way.
We should do that.
In school, I kind of floated through for the most part. Like, I didn't really have any problems. I thought school was really easy. Mm-hmm. But then when I got to like college, I thought it was really hard. And when I got to real life, I thought it was ridiculously hard.
When they started piling on all the homework in high school and I was like really depressed and just like having a really hard home life and couldn't focus on anything anymore, I just had a really hard time like I guess learning, because I could understand everything they taught me in class, and if they gave me a test on it, I could probably do well on it. But my grades dropped because I couldn't finish the homework and I couldn't finish the projects and stuff because I was just like too depressed to do it.
Right. No, I completely understand that. I think a lot of people don't have sympathy for that kind of stuff in high school, sadly, and they think that like, oh, well, you're a kid, your problems aren't that bad. And it's like, relative to adult problems, I guess they're not usually, unless you're being like abused, like badly. Like a lot of people don't have the problems as a kid that they'll have as an adult. But somebody put it in perspective for me a while ago, which I thought was interesting, which was I was talking to one of my teachers about this because I was a teacher for a while, and I was talking to one of my teachers that was like teaching me how to be a teacher. And I was kind of like, I don't know how to deal with some of these kids because they think they have it like ridiculously hard. But like really they have no idea that like if they behave this way, their entire life is going to be 10 times harder. You know what I mean? Like not doing work, not listening, not being willing to engage or be part of a team, stuff like that. Like you can't make it through the world now like that. And my teacher was talking to me about how that's absolutely true. But the problem is that the problems, they grow with age, but so do you. So like when you're older, when you're 20, problems you had when you were 10 seem small, but you were also small. Yeah. So it's like those problems were massive compared to the capacity you had to handle problems. You know, but as you get older, problems get bigger. Like, for example, a lot of teenagers end their own life when there's like a big death in the family.
Mm-hmm.
When you get older, there's a lot of death in the family.
Yeah.
Because people get old and die.
Yeah.
And so those... I'm going to go to the stairway, by the way, and go upstairs.
Okay.
So those problems in terms of scope, they're not big in scope for an adult, but the scope that a child has to work with is so infinitely smaller that they feel life-ending.
Yeah.
And I thought that was interesting.
I completely agree.
Because I never really thought about it that way. Like, it sounds simple, but it wasn't to me, you know?
You know, I guess I'd also make the argument for me being a special case.
You are special to me. I love you.
I love you. I would make the argument that my problems while I was in high school were far worse than any of my problems I have now, because I have, like, a much better life now as an adult. And I feel like if I had a better home life and just a better life in general, I probably would have been able to get a lot better grades, because, like, now I have the capacity and the understanding to, like, do my work. Like, if I had a project that was due, like, tomorrow, I'd be like, okay, well, I have to do this, you know?
Right.
Whereas when I was 17, it was like, I'd rather, like, have some semblance of happiness for the next couple of hours before I have to go to bed and wake up and go back to hell. You know?
Right. No, I understand. Yeah, and my statement's not directed at you. The shame is that there's only so much... It's weird because life stories are not protected. So, like, for example, if I wrote a video game and it was based off of your life story... I was actually watching a thing about, and I have a point to this. I was watching a thing about GTA, and there was this woman who was like a mob daughter's boss who said that like one of the characters was based off of her, and the court pointed out
Look
that
it's Jeff the Killer. That
where?
picture.
It
right
kind of
next
looks
to the
like
door.
him.
Not that. No, turn next to the door. Go over there. See, that looks like Jeff the Killer too.
It does. I think this kind of looks like Jason Voorhees. That one. But yeah, no, it's one of those things where, like, I think that, geez, this is a terrifying school, by the way.
This is like the freaky art classroom.
Who the hell would go here?
I don't know.
It's one of those things where I think that, what was I talking about?
You were talking about...
Oh, yeah. I don't know how much we can say about your life situation because it involves living people who are alive who could sue us for defamation.
Mm.
So, like, for example, if I start going off and saying all the bad things that did, I'm worried at some point that could be something that gets you in trouble, because, like, if somebody wanted to sue you, they would have infinite, and you know what I'm talking about, even though they were in the wrong morally, because it was never legally proven, they would have a leg to stand on about us defaming them. Do you know what I mean? And we wouldn't have the money to defend it in court very easily.